Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here. And we're going to spend a little bit of time with Teri. Of course, she is the business service managers at the Capital Area Michigan Works, and they serve three counties, as we all know, Ingham, Eaton, and Clinton counties in the mid-Michigan area. And Teri, welcome to the show. As always, good to see you again.
You as well. Thank you.
So let's talk about the current job market. And given that, what challenges are employers facing in hiring new employees? Because once again, it's the number one challenge.
Exactly. Yes. Well, according to Lincoln, there are several. 63% of recruiters are saying their talent shortage is their problem, just the plain old quantity of workers. 76% of hiring managers admit attracting the right candidate. So quality versus quantity is their biggest challenge. And then on the worker side, 75% of people say they would not even take a job with a company that has a bad reputation, even if they're unemployed. So they're being quite selective. And then, 70% of the global workforce is not even actively searching. So they're sort of employed probably and just kind of keeping their feelers out there, see if something pops up. So there's really only about 30% that are considered actively seeking. And here's one you'll find staggering. The best candidates are often off the market in only 10 days. So it's a very quick turnaround. And then nearly 60% of job seekers say that they've stopped filling out an online job application, which many companies use these days. Somewhere through that application, they don't actually hit submit because it's either too long or too complex. So not enough candidates, and finding the right one fast enough is certainly a challenge.
This just knocks me out the position that we're in. And when you're saying 70% are not looking, oh my goodness. So the question is, because employers still have to have people, what's the best way for employers to recruit those right candidates?
Exactly. Well, email and texting really are the best ways to reach candidates right now, the most effective and widely used. About 51% of candidates rank email as their most used channel for the way that they found a job, and 39% said it was the most effective way in general just to communicate with them. And then employee referrals are still ranked as a high source of the way that companies found their candidates. So just from within the networks of their own employees already on their payroll. In fact, one study showed employers can expand their talent pool by 10% just by communicating with their employees' own networks. Now, a twist on employee referrals these days is really paying small amounts of cash to those current workers who make referrals early in that recruiting stage and each of those different steps, rather than a large payout after someone is hired and stays with the company a long time.
There you go. Well, it's interesting because you really talk about, the recruitment part being a problem. The retention is also a challenge. What do employers do about that?
Exactly. Yeah. According to Forbes, we're still in that great resignation that was spurred by the COVID-19 pandemic, of course, and it's really kind of that candidates market. But employers need to really understand what's important to their workers and that their company is worth working for. Remember that stat I said earlier about candidates won't even accept a job if the company has a bad reputation. So just making sure that once somebody is employed with you, that your company is still living up to their expectations and good ethics and that kind of thing. There are a few strategies we're suggesting for retention. Is starting to take a look at wages first and foremost, although that's not going to be the only thing. But so many wages have been increased since COVID that maybe some companies haven't kept up on theirs. So take a look at that. And then to the greatest extent possible, seeking work-life balance, whether that's letting more workers find a way to do some of their work from home or set their own schedules, have a little bit of flexibility or a smaller number of work days. And then professional development, just making sure there is a way for your workers to continue to grow while they're working with your company.
It's kind of interesting that you mentioned that. I have the good fortune to interact with a lot of CEOs in the Michigan market. And those are two things they talk about continually: is building the culture that your people will want. So they're coming to work, but they're really coming to a place they want to come to. You know, they're not
Right.
just coming to get a check, which they did for so many years. Now, you know, when you have the good fortune that you can actually find the amount of money you need in your margins, I guess, to hire the people that you're looking for, you still have a problem because, like you say, it's not just the money that's bringing them. How can CAMW, how can Capillary Michigan Works assist employers with these issues?
Sure. With their recruiting, that's the whole purpose of our business services team. So I know we're short on time. I'll just quickly talk about maybe we can help them customize their recruiting strategy, update their job ads. There's still a lot of companies out there using some very outdated and ineffective ways that they're trying to find candidates to begin with. And some companies just want us to spread the word locally. So we do have quite a wide network where we can just help spread the word out. Maybe some companies need to get recruiters in front of candidates, physically. So help them with the job fairs at their own place of business or employers of the day at ours. Even the virtual job fairs have been a big help with that. There are some ways that we might be able to help with training reimbursement. So just give us a call, 517-492-5516, and I'll talk specifics.
Well, Teri Sand, Business Service Managers at Capillary Michigan Works, doing what we need most, which is helping us get the people we need to grow. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it. It's always good to see you.
My pleasure.
You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman. We'll be back with more.